What is going on, Dozer Army? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dozer Rescue Podcast, Season 1, Episode 6. I'm your host, Dan Mendoza, and thank you for tuning in. Well, guys, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you have had some good time with your families. I hope you've been able to knock out some training, go do some fun, cool, tactical shit. And I hope you're just being safe and enjoying life. Since the last episode, I just was finishing up the Fire Academy before spring break. And so we were doing the hazmat course. So your boy is now officially hazmat certified for decon. I know, crazy certification, right? All that basically means is I can clean off all the nasty shit off of the heroes, all the technicians and the specialists when they get done stopping a hazmat incident. So, hey, you know what? It's a stepping stone. So, but we finished that up, and that was cool. It was a real nice break because the week prior to that, we had rescue, and that was a real ball buster. You know, crawling through. The buildings were pitch black. You don't always know the layout of the buildings. Smoke was everywhere. They were playing like the sound effects, so you hear people screaming and police sirens and all kinds of different noises going on. You're with your buddies. You got some people that are breathing way too fucking fast and their SCBA tank is going out, so you're like, shit. So you guys are running out. You can't find victims. Dragging out victims left and right, the whole 9 yards. So it was a lot of fun. Throwing them down the ladders, carrying them up the ladder. I mean, there was a lot of really good stuff that we did. So the rescue was a ton of fun. It, like I said, it beat the shit out of you because, oh man, that last day, I remember my knees were shot, my back was hurting, I was sore, I was stiff. Everyone was just a mess. I mean, everyone was praying to God. They're like, oh please, I just got to survive one more day. But yeah, after that, the hazmat was a very nice break because we were in the classroom pretty much all week long. So we got to sit down and rest, and yeah, it was a good week. Hazmat was fun. So that's what I did prior to spring break. Now I'm on spring break. Couple of different things happened. I originally was supposed to go parachute jumping out with the pararescue men in the Air Force, and I was super stoked about it because I'd found out my supervisor had let us know. He sent an email, I think it was about 2 weeks prior to spring break, and he asked for names, and I was like, dude, I'm going to be on spring break by the time you guys are jumping. Like, fuck yeah, sign me up. Let's do this. So I signed up, and I was all excited, and not only were we going to be able to jump with the pararescue dudes, doing all the cool stuff, getting the cool gear and, you know, everything that comes with it, but we were also going to be getting paid. So I was going to be paid to jump with pararescue guys multiple times a day for spring break. It was not going to get any better than that. Unfortunately, this is the disclaimer, that never happened. I was supposed to do that, and then the forces beyond me, the Air Force higher ups, the leadership, decided that was not going to happen. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of it, but things couldn't get scheduled or planned. Funding was involved, so, you know, whatever the situation was. So it didn't happen. So many hearts were crushed, unfortunately, but we'll do it again next time. So unfortunately that didn't happen, but I was able to sign up for a flight shortly after graduation from the Fire Academy. And it'll be a nighttime flight. We're going to have the red lights on, low visibility, and we'll be doing all that cool stuff. So it won't be as cool as jumping out of planes, but, you know, hey, I'll take it. So that was pretty much that. And then I've just spent a lot of time with my family, a lot of time with my wife and my son, going out together, eating good food, seeing my parents and my siblings, working a lot on my car. My car needs a lot of work. It's a 1986 El Camino, older car, fixed up car, classic car, and it just needs a lot of love. So pretty much every day this week, because we only got 1 week for spring break, I've been working on the car. I got the windows fixed, So the windows now actually close and have a seal properly. The AC's working now, so that'll be a godsend for summer. And I did some touch-ups, paint touch-ups in the bed and all around the car. So it's a work in progress, but it's getting there. So I'm really proud of how it's turned out so far. And that's pretty much been the spring break. And then just the other night, I went off and did some nighttime rope rappelling, rope rescue stuff. So that was fun. Nothing too crazy or advanced. It was pretty much just what you learn in Laurel. The only difference was I was in a creek bed. So the cliffs, if you will, of the creek bed were a lot higher. So that was really fun. That was interesting. And then I was just kind of practicing my anchor points around trees and stumps and all kinds of different objects and playing with the knots and using a carabiner and all that kind of stuff. So it was fun. It was a good way to kind of just practice and test myself, and then doing it at nighttime where you can't see, and then using the night vision goggles and all that stuff. So it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. If you guys want to see a quick video of it, it's not the best because, it was nighttime, and I'm not going to sit here, spend a bunch of time recording it, but I was able to get a couple of shots. If you are interested in checking that out, you can follow me on my Instagram page at Dozer Rescue, or on Facebook at Dozer Rescue. And that'll bring you up to my pages, and you can see that and stay up to date with the podcast and everything else Dozer Rescue. So I would recommend that if you aren't already a follower. But yeah, that was my spring break, and yeah, guys, it was a lot of fun. So I'm getting ready to go back to the Fire Academy on Monday. So it was a short-lived week, but it was a productive week. Got a lot of things done. Something I want to talk about real briefly is the whole Ukraine versus Russia thing. I've been asked about this nonstop, primarily because I'm in the military. But one thing I want you guys to understand and realize is I'm a reservist. So I did the whole active duty thing. I've went through, served my time, and I chose to get out of active duty. For a couple different reasons. There are times I do miss active duty, and I do miss it quite a bit. But I still chose it at the end of the day, and I'm very happy with that decision because it allows me to do what I'm doing now, which is I can go pursue a whole career in firefighting and go do and live that and kick down doors and save, cats and babies and all that. But I also get to live that double life. I get to work another job where I get to go be a flight medic, and I get to go fly on planes, and I get to go do patient care and, see some pretty gnarly things and take care of some gnarly instances. So it's a really good balance. So that was just kind of my disclaimer, but I want you guys to remember I am a reservist, so I don't know everything. I'm not up on the front lines. I'm not in Central Intelligence. I don't know everything about the whole war that's going on. But from what I've been asked, my thoughts, I don't think we're going to World War III. I don't think that's going to happen. I know the Ukraine is handling their own the best that they can. Russia is obviously the invading force. It's just kind of one of those things where I don't want to get into it too far. But what I do want to say is we've got to let them handle it. Sanctions are already being imposed. It's obvious. Our gas prices, if you live in California, have gone up tremendously. I think just today, all the gas prices in my local town were hitting close to $5.70, $5.80 for the cheapest gas. If you go for premium or anything else above that, it's about $6 or higher. So that is one of the side effects. But again, with inflation and everything else, but we've got to let them handle it. I know that we are on the supporting side of the Ukraine. Russia can go fuck themselves. But here's the thing, guys. We've just got to let them duke it out. We got to let them handle it. We can't get too involved in this kind of stuff. And I think it's easy for people on the outside looking in to go, well, why aren't we doing more? Why aren't we doing more? Well, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to get too much into it, but there have been past wars that we have been involved in and we really should not have been involved in. If that makes sense. That rings a bell. So, yeah, if you know people over there on either side, send them some prayers. If you need to send them money, do what you can, but we really need to just stay out of it, let them handle it. Russia knows that they're in the wrong. Ukraine, they're doing the best that they can. I can't give you guys any statistics or numbers because that's just not me. But if you want to look into that, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, that was just kind of my PSA because I've been asked about that a couple of times of what's going on. Are we going to World War III? What's going to happen? What's the updates? You're in the military. You should know this stuff. No, I don't. That's just the bottom line. I can give you a rough idea, but that's just it. So stop asking me. I don't know. If you ask me again, I'm going to say, yes, we're going to World War III and we're sending you. You're going to be on the front lines. But yeah, so that was just a little tidbit on that. And kind of on that note, and this has been something I've talked about since the very beginning of the episode, or sorry, not the episode, the entire podcast. This is a great time to reevaluate what you know about your medical knowledge, your gun and safety knowledge, your evacuation and escape knowledge, and all that good stuff. So we're just going to take this as an opportunity since we do have a war going on. This is a really good time to check yourself and make sure that you know your escape plans. If, your house goes on fire, if you're out and about and there's an active shooter incident, do you have a plan of what you're going to do? Are you going to go run for cover? Are you just going to go run away? Are you going to try to attack the guy? Do you have any medical kit on you? Do you know how to use those items? Do you know what a tourniquet is? Do you know how to use the tourniquet? All these things are really important to make sure that you understand and practice. And, another big one is firearms. Do you carry a firearm? Have you ever wanted to carry a firearm? Do you know what the process is to get a concealed license? And there's a lot of things that go behind it. And I'm not just using the war as an example to bring those up. That's kind of the whole reason for this podcast is I want to make sure that anyone who listens to it is prepared and has a good idea of what to do. I have friends who are Navy SEALs and Green Berets and pararescue men and this and that and firefighters and law enforcement officers. And, they already know this kind of stuff, but it's always kind of a good reminder for them as well. Because sometimes it may be something that they don't think about. And then for the average layperson, they may not know anything at all. And maybe just me talking about these topics will kind of get them thinking, oh, well, maybe I should go take a gun course. Maybe I should go to an instructor and use the firearm that's been sitting in my closet for the past 5 years. Just that kind of stuff because it happens. It happens. You can buy a gun and have it sitting there on your shelf, not touch that thing. And then if something actually happens, you're like, oh, shit, what do I do? And by that time it's too late or you could have prevented something. So I'm just using this time to, time out and talk to you, the listener, who I'm so grateful for listening to this podcast, but just make sure that you are up to date on everything. If you need to buy a little medical kit and bring it in your car or carry it on your person or in your backpack, do so. It doesn't have to be a crazy advanced kit. Just grab, some Band-Aids, a tourniquet, just kind of some of the basics, some gauze, some like an ace bandage, that kind of stuff. Maybe a sling even. Carry that stuff in your car or something, or if it's in your pocket, you just carry a little bit of gauze, some Band-Aids, some alcohol wipes, maybe some latex gloves, a little CPR mask barrier. That's a good idea. If someone goes into cardiac arrest, you don't have to put your mouth in their mouth. You can put that little barrier on and boom, it's something. So just things to think about. And I have a great place if you want to learn more about this stuff. Not only do I provide tactical courses and educational courses on all of this, on first responder medical stuff, as well as tactical courses, firearms and all that stuff. But I also have so many friends who are beyond experts in all of these crafts as well. Firearm experts, Medical, law experts. If you need someone to know what you legally can and can't do, I have friends that can completely back you up and inform you on what you need to know. So if you need any of that stuff, please feel free to reach out to me on my Instagram page or my Facebook page, and I will connect you with these instructors and educators and make sure that you get all the training that you need. And if it's not for free, at least hook it up with a discount or something. So again, that is my gift to you. If you need the knowledge and you want it, it's here for you. Just reach out to me and I'll be there for you. Or take one of my courses. Come sign up for one of my tactical courses or medical courses or whatever I got going on my Instagram page or Facebook, and we'll have you enroll in that. You'll get to hang out with me in person, and we'll actually go through and do all that fun stuff. We'll get to go do rappelling down the side of cliffs, and we'll get to do fake medical scenarios. And what do you do if someone's not breathing? What do you do if they go into cardiac arrest? What do you do if they're bleeding out like crazy? What if they lose a limb? What if someone starts shooting at you and you're in the middle of nowhere? You don't have any cover, no concealment, no nothing. What do you do? So these are all things that I cover in my topics in my courses, which again, you can find on my Instagram page. But yeah, so just that was a wake up check. Make sure you guys are staying prepared, staying safe. And I want to make sure that you guys are ready to rock and roll. So that was the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for supporting my podcast and listening. I really do appreciate it. I love the podcast. I love everything that you guys do. If you want to donate and help out, you can do it so in the link. There's a link in the show notes. You can do that. If you want to come on as guest speaker, again, message me. I'll have you come on here. I'm going to try to get some guests for the next episode or two, because I know you guys are probably tired of hearing just me talk. And yeah, that's that. So thank you guys so much again. I hope you guys have an incredible next week. I hope you guys hit it hard, you crush your goals, and I will see you for the next podcast. Take care, guys. God bless.